Alright, well here we go. We just walked about 3 kilometers on a dirt road to get to this spot because it was closed. And now we are finally on the trail with boardwalks on the trail. Nice and luxurious. It's a little bit wet. We just did a big uphill climb. Now we're taking a break. We're up on top of a big hill. And you can see the rain coming down on the water there, I'm sure. It's supposed to rain today and tomorrow. Sunday will be nice, so that's good.
Big Salmon's to the right.
Well, we've made it to our first campsite. And it's nice. It's equipped with a picnic table, fire pit, a little bench, and actually a tent pad where it's all level ground. Ken's going to set up on there. I'm going to go a little bit over there just so that I have a little bit more room. We're not used to camping in this luxury, eh, Ken?
Nope.
All these amenities. Yeah, there's a closed-in shitter over that way. Looks like a nice spot, though. Well, this is the kind of wind we're dealing with. It actually died down right now. We're all squared away now. Our shelters are set up. There's Ken in the bright green. Mine's in the subdued greenish olive color. Well, we didn't get much video today. It was raining on and off the whole night. So in between one of the rain breaks, we set up a shelter over, or a tarp over top of the fire pit and made a fire. Been sitting here. It's about 8:30 or 9 right now. So that's probably it for today. See what tomorrow brings. It's not supposed to rain too much tomorrow, so maybe a little bit more video hopefully. It's the morning now. I guess I slept through a hailstorm. A little bit there left. Ken's already up and has a fire going, which is awesome. A little chilly last night, but pretty good night. The sun is out. That is awesome. Sight for sore eyes. So I was able to pack my food, all my food for the 4 days, into one Ziploc bag, which is pretty cool. It doesn't weigh much, couple pounds. So oatmeal it is today. So oatmeal is the staple for breakfast. I went to the bulk store. Got Quaker instant oats, threw some chocolate chips in that one, and some brown sugar in the other ones. Should be pretty good. Ready to head out. So I just wanted to show you guys how I attach my sleeping bag to my backpack. I have this Everly stock pack. It's got this Molly stuff here, this webbing, but no straps on the bottom. So I rigged up some 550 with Canadian jam knots, 3 of them through the webbing. This is my small sleeping bag. So it goes in there. And you just wrench on the knots. That's on there. That ain't going nowhere. And when you want to take it off, you just pull the tail and loosens right up. Easy. Take it out. Well, our sunny day turned into a cold, cloudy, snowy, rainy day. And here it comes.
So, we're going to walk along this trail up and camp out here.
That's today?
Yeah. And then I guess tomorrow we're going to walk down and camp here. So it's going to be a short one tomorrow. But we're going to camp here, and then, you know, we could set up base camp, but then we can walk down this trail and kind of explore. There's a bunch of lookouts here.
Cool. Should be good. So along with the toilet and the picnic table and the fire ring and all that stuff, all the amenities, we got this little marker on the tree, which means they've already rigged up a system for you to hang your bags for bear bags at night. And they've got PVC on either side so raccoons can't scramble across the rope. And then they've got this, it's hard to see, it's not in the middle, it's to the left. It's spinning metal thing that acts like a pulley when you toss your cord over it. So it's nice and easy. I guess a couple people there got the cord stuck up, but pretty fancy. Wow, here comes the snow. Take that, Turley Patch. Hail on you. Well, the hail or freezing rain, whatever, stopped. And now we're on the trail. It's nice and sunny. The trail's a little washed out there. That's where we just came from. Going this way. But it's good. It's a great day out. It's way better than yesterday. We were getting pissed on all day. So we got about 7 clicks to go. And we're just going to take our time and enjoy it. Nice part of the trail. It's not muddy at all. We just went through a couple what could be considered ponds on the trail, and this is up higher, so it's nice. Got a nice little beaver dam there. Don't joke around too much, you're gonna toss in. It's probably hard to get the scale here, but that is a beaver dam. Probably one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. It was all the way over there, and then so now this area used to obviously be water. It's turned into this marshy crap. Busy beaver. Yeah, we're walking on the trail here, coming this way. See this? We thought it was a garbage pail. Turns out it's emergency supplies, so I guess if you're screwed on the trail, you can find one of these and help you out somewhat. Except for the fact that there's absolutely nothing in it. That's fantastic.
It's a shelter.
And you can't open the lid. Like, there we go. Oh no, there is. First aid kit, some bags, some fat wood, it looks like. Fancy. Way to go, Canada. Well, it seems as though we have some finicky weather today. It went from hailing, well, it went from sunny to hail to sunny, and now it's hailing again and windy as hell. But it's a good day. We're on the trail, walk a little bit, and it'll warm us up some more. Just took a 5-minute break for lunch and ready to go. Oh, we're almost at our campsite. This is Big Clear Lake, and it rings true to the name. You can see rocks underneath the water right about over there, and I am hundreds of meters away, 200 meters away. There's actually a portage way up here. See kind of stuff we've been walking through, this big boulders and whatnot. I would not want to be carrying a canoe up here. After about a little bit over 3 hours walking, we found our home for the second night. It's a nice site right next to the lake here. We got all these pines and cedars and whatnot. Ken and I just got done setting up our shelters for the night. There's no flat land around here at all. Look around. It's all rocky and super uneven, so we're kind of restricted to this flat pad that they set up for our tents. And for us to both get our tarps on there, we had to rig it up really close. Anyways, I'm flying low because I have to tie to a tree way up there and way over here. It's almost impossible to get it up high. But I've got a lot of coverage and I'm super low to the ground, but there's no wind coming in, so it should be pretty good. I've got my sleep system there. I'll show you my pillow. This is an emergency bivvy that Ken let me borrow, and then my sleeping bag, bivvy, and a pad. Works out pretty good. It was a little chilly last night, but Should be fine. Ken's got Bivy and his X-Pad, I think, mat there with the Tyvek ground sheet. So I'm laying here looking up at the clouds right now and just relaxing. It's a good day. I decided to make up some hot tea on Ken's high-tech stove before we have supper. It's like a $300 stove right there. Works.
It was really good tomato soup too.
Probably works better than most of the stoves out there. End up lining the fire pit with some old pine branches. They got a bunch of resin in them, so we'll build the fire on top of that, so it'll stop from soaking up all the moisture that's been down in there. Using the old noggin. In preparation for this trip, we decided to dehydrate our food. Ken got a dehydrator, and he's eating some chili now. I'm gonna do what I did last night, which is ground beef, rice, and green peas. It actually rehydrates pretty well and doesn't taste too bad. It's all right. It's definitely edible, and the space and weight it saves is well worth it. That actually looks good. So that's my meal for tonight. Dehydrated ground beef with spices, brown rice, and green peas. There's 2 cups of... It was 2 cups wet before we dehydrated it, and it packs down real nice. Warmth. It's about 8 o'clock at night. This is our second night here, and we're just about to turn in, sitting around the fire, shooting the shit or whatever, and it's been a good day. So tomorrow is supposed to be a little bit colder, but sunny all day, and that'll be a first. So looking forward to that. Here we are, the morning of day 3. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and we got a beautiful sunrise over there. It's supposed to be a really nice day today, so we just ate some oatmeal and gonna relax for a little bit, dry out our sleeping bags. I got a lot of condensation on the outside of my bag, and it got really wet, and now it's frozen, so I'm gonna dry those out. The sun really does a good job of getting rid of that stuff pretty quickly, so hang around here for a while and hoof it to our last campsite. That lake is glass. Now we got all our stuff here hanging, drying out from the sun. Works really well, like I said, so keep that up for a little while and it'll all be dry. Does it feel any lighter today?
Nope.
Awesome. So there's some water down there, a couple 100 yards. Some water down there a little bit, but for the most part we're up on this huge rocky outcrop. So it surprises me when I see a beaver chew, especially of this size. It's 5 or 6 inches diameter. That means that beaver chewed that thing and drug it down to the water, or at least attempted to. Some tenacious beavers around here. Never cut down a green sapling. Here's a really good example of how beaver dams really affect their surroundings. So that stream or whatnot up there is being dammed off by the beaver, and it's a good 4 or 5 feet above this body of water down here. Got that little trickle going down because we've had so much rain lately. But normally they're very, very effective. They scrape up all the muck and sticks, and it really does stop the water. We're about 45 minutes into our hike for the day to our next campsite. And this is just some of the landscape that we keep seeing coming across beaver ponds and rocky outcrops, nice pine trees and stuff. It's really, really nice here. It's I like the way that they lay out the trails here.
Trying to get me to eat some dirt.
I will admit to nothing. We're back onto Salmon Lake. This is the south side of it. And I'm just going to continue on until we find our camp spot. It's very scenic today. Well, after about 2.5 hours, we made it to our site. This is the south shore of Salmon Lake. There's Salmon Lake behind, or in front there. It's a big lake, and it's a nice spot, nice and scenic. Whoever was here left fire prep for us and cleaned up all this pine debris, so pretty cool on them. This will be a nice spot for our last night here. It's a bit breezy at the south end, getting all the wind off the lake, but it's a nice sunny day, so it's tolerable. Seeing as how we're at the end of this lake here, and I anticipate that the wind's going to keep up, I decided to set the tarp low on one side, the side that's the wind's going to be coming from. Still get a little bit of wind up under there, but not as much. My sides are low to the ground as possible, and then I got my opening over here where my head will be. I think it'll work out alright for me. This is the view from the side of our campsite. Nice little bay in there. We're gonna take a walk now. We ate lunch and got all our stuff squared away, so we're gonna go hike up to one of the other trails that we didn't walk down. Maybe do an 1.5 hours or 2 hours on there, and come back and get some wood. I see a loon out there. I probably can't pick it up in here. I'll try. Yeah, there he is. Oh, he dove down. Nice. This is absolutely gorgeous. We hiked up quite high on one of these rocks, and it's fantastic. It's well worth the view. We were up on top of a big rock about 100 meters up, and I could hear some running water. So work my way down the hill, found this river, maybe a stream, but it's really, really, really pretty. I imagine if we had brookies, they'd be in here. It's super clear. And found some bear shit down by this this river here, called juniper berries. Well, Ken and I just returned back from our about 3-hour hike. Nice scenic hike. Found a bunch of cool spots. Came back and all of our stuff's still here, which is a plus. Now, time to relax for a bit and get some firewood. Surprised to see them still there, but after this morning's weather, I guess it's not surprising. Seeing as how we were backpacking, every little ounce counted. I'm not an ultralight guy by any means, but for this trip I tried to go as light as possible. So that means no axe. I brought this Adventure Sworn Bushcraft USA knife, which is his Explorer model, and a silky saw from Celis, the Pocket Boy. So we cut the wood with the Pocket Boy and batoned. I batoned with this Adventure Sworn. We went through oak, through maple,
pine, fat wood, all sorts of shit. And this Scandi edge on this thing is totally fine. I just beat the crap out of it processing wood. I went through 2 oak knots, and I was actually really worried. And the edge is completely fine. It's a great knife. I'm really, really lucky to have it. Well, the sun's going down now. We're just kind of relaxing by the fire. It's a really, really nice night. Warm, comfortable. So all in all, it's been a really good trip. We still have uncharted territory tomorrow for about 7 or 8 kilometers. We've never been that way, so that's the rest of our loop. So it's still more of an adventure tomorrow. And then hop in the car and drive about 8 hours home. So should be good. It's actually been a really fun trip. I was a little apprehensive about the backpacking part of it, just the weight and the gear and all that stuff, but it worked out fine. My back's fine. My feet are killing me, but that's to be expected after all the walking we've done. We couldn't ask for a better night. The whole time we've been battling wind and rain and hail, and you can see that lake is glass. There's not a breeze to be heard. It's a great way to have a last night here. Here we are on our last morning, just heating up some water so we can have some oatmeal, pack up, and head out. Well, we just got done cleaning everything up and packing up. We're about ready to head out here. There's all my gear there. It's quite a bit lighter than on the way in, which is awesome. At this particular site, it's really heavily used, and it took me and Ken a couple hours to find any kind of wood. So before we left, we're stacking the little bits that we have left up against that tree, just in the hopes that somebody else can take advantage of it. Really is picked over really well here. We had to walk quite a ways to find some wood, so hopefully they will appreciate that. Here's Salmon Lake that we're still walking around. We're getting closer to the road. It's a nice big lake, and nice and blue today with the sun like this. Alright folks, this is gonna be it for my video. We're at the end of the trail. We're sitting at a picnic table, just relaxing for a minute. We got to walk still about 3 kilometers that way, but it's all road, so that's nothing special. I had a really good time. What'd you think, Ken? Good time? There you go. Ken's stuffing his face, can't talk. We are starving. Alright guys, thanks for coming.